What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to Controllers and Katanas. It's a little bit of a different one today. We are talking about nothing but wrestling. And when I say wrestling, I mean WWF wrestling, mate. Late 90s, early 2000s, Attitude Era. This is the Controllers and Katanas official tier list from the Attitude Era. Most of the people will remember anyway. We have cut a few out that we can't really remember that well. But you are joined with myself, Ian, aka Relic, and my good friend Martin, aka Marty Cool. And I say we just get it kicked off straight away, mate. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so when we say WWF, we don't mean Worldwide Federation.
No, not the Worldwide Wildlife Federation. I mean the World Wrestling Federation, the classic, what we remember it as before they legally had to change their name.
Yeah. So do you want me to ask some names and then?
Yeah, you kick one off, mate.
First one, The Big Show. Big Show.
Big Show. What we're saying? What we're saying? I've got Big Show as A, mate.
I have as well.
I'm putting Big Show A. He's one of them. He's one of them guys where he was always around, mate. He was quite an influential character. He was massive back in the day as well. He was such a tall guy, and he was always involved in some of the bigger fights, some of the funny events as well backstage. Big Show was involved in, so I have got him in at A. My problem for Big Show is his fighting style, because he's a big, slow guy. When I was younger, I really liked the faster styles, the big, flashy moves, that sort of thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, he's definitely an influential character, and is a strong A in my opinion.
With me, obviously, I liked his fighting and stuff, but I don't know if I told you, when I was a bit younger, I went to see SmackDown in Birmingham.
Oh, did you?
And yeah, obviously it's so weird. Like there's no commentary, which is weird at start because obviously when you're watching TV, you got all the commentary.
Yeah.
So you've got no commentary, but the atmosphere is amazing. And I just remember with a Big Show, he had a fight against Kurt Angle, and then Kurt Angle Angle slammed him through the announce table. It was so good live. All the cheering and stuff.
Oh, mate,
it's a must see. Well, it's not as good as normal wrestling, but back then it was sick.
I'll tell you what then, seeing as you mentioned him, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, let me get my list. Have a look.
I know exactly.
He's
A, mate. He is A. It's Kurt Angle, mate.
But I liked him. I liked Kurt Angle when, just before because he got his hair cut, didn't he?
Yeah.
Just before that.
He got attacked, didn't he, basically? He was forceful, but yeah.
Yeah, but just before that, he was a bit of a bad guy. He had loads of little rivalries like Triple H and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I started to enjoy him then, and then as soon as he got his hair cut, he went into madman, didn't he? And it's like ankle locking people. And trying to break their ankles in it, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed that vicious side of him.
Yeah, it was sick, wasn't it? It was so sick. I'm gonna move on to I tell you what, we're gonna do this. We've got Devon and Bubba Ray. However, we're not gonna do them as individuals. We're gonna do them as the Dudley Boys. And I'm putting the Dudley Boys up in A tier, mate. As I've mentioned to you before, they are probably one of the most consistent tag teams, from what I remember, and also one of the most iconic tag teams of all time. They were super entertaining. The Double Team Dudley, honestly, I still say that today, mate. Double Team Dudley, like all the time, mate. Like just as a joke and stuff. And obviously the rivalries with the Hardy Boys, as you mentioned earlier today. And go on, say your bit on them, mate. Say your bit on them.
Yeah, so obviously the rivalries with the Hardy Boys, they had this consistent, the rivalries with the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, and this brought about the TLC match, which is table, ladders and chairs. Obviously they brought about the table matches, essentially. But yeah, I just love when they used to come in like stalking like an opponent, and then 3D.
3D was one of the sickest moves, mate.
Yeah. Well, obviously Devon lifting up and then Dudley like finishing off. Yeah, it was sick. They were really good tag team.
Yeah, very entertaining. Very entertaining.
When I think of tag teams, obviously the Hardy Boys are up there, but the Dudley Boys are definitely up there as well. Spike Dudley, not so much because he's crap.
Nah, just those, the original Devon and Bubba Ray, mate. They're the goats, aren't they? They're the goats. Yeah. You mentioned him there, mate. Edge.
Edge.
I've got Edge's A all day long, mate. all day long. I used to think he was a great character. A lot of people are probably watching this now thinking, oh, these are like normal takes. Trust me, mate, we've got some controversial ones coming, I think, personally. I certainly have anyway, from my experience of watching wrestling and who I dislike. But Edge was always one of them consistent characters. He always had good storylines, in my opinion. And I just like watching him fight. I like watching him entertain. And he was one of my favorite. He was one of my favorite wrestlers for a little bit as well. So he's definitely up there for me.
Yeah, I mean, I loved his finisher, the spear.
Spear, mate.
He had obviously a really good tag team partner, which was Christian. Obviously, back in the day, they started out with the Brood, which is Edge, Christian, and Gangrel, which we'll mention later.
We'll mention both those next, actually.
Yeah, but though obviously they had this special the special move of, like, they used to get the two chairs and they used to come together and smash people's head in.
Yeah,
I thought that was like proper quality. I really love that. But yeah, as a tag team though, obviously they brought the chairs to the TLC match.
Yeah,
and to watch all them fighting in a big tag team to get the belts or the tag team title or whatever was such a privilege. It was so fun.
We'll go Christian next.
Yeah, Christian, I obviously with Edge and Christian, I preferred Edge.
Yeah, that's the same with me. Christian was almost in Edge's shadow for me, in my opinion, if that makes sense. I've actually ranked Christian at a B.
Let me have a look. I've actually got him as A.
Have you? I could put him in A. It was a prolific. It was a very good character, and him and Edge together were very good. To be fair, so I did have him as high B, low A. So I'm happy to put him in A because, like you say, their two's chemistry as well was really good. So I did enjoy a lot of their fights and a lot of their matches when we were younger. So yeah, I'm happy to put them in A.
I remember as well, like when this kind of split off, Edge and Christian. Yeah, Christian went on to do really well. He went on to, I think it was AEW or whatever, the Jeff Jarrett show.
I think Christian's still probably wrestling a bit somewhere, you know.
But he kind of went off on his own. He did pretty well.
Yeah.
But going back to Edge, I forgot to mention in the last season of Vikings, I mentioned to you. Edge is in that.
Yeah, of course.
I was really surprised to see him, but he's really, really good acting.
It's funny. I think Edge is currently still wrestling in AEW.
AEW.
And I remember looking at the AEW roster because my son's quite got into wrestling. I've started watching the newer wrestling a little bit. The WWE's not really doing it for me. There's not really any characters I really like or enjoy or anything. I'm hoping with Triple H taking over and the new contract with Netflix next year that Raw at least might start getting a little bit edgy again, like the Attitude, Ruthless Aggression eras and stuff. But so I was looking, I thought, I wonder what other wrestling places like NXT, which I think is owned by the same people, but then AEW. And I was looking through the roster, and it was like Adam Copeland. I was like, he looks like Edge. And I was like, oh wait, that is Edge. But obviously I'm assuming Edge is like copyrighted by WWE, so he can't use it over there or something. I don't know, but I was like, that looks like Edge, that does.
I started looking at like DDT videos on YouTube the other day.
Yeah.
And it turns out there's a Japanese wrestling company called DDT.
Oh, really? The Japanese love wrestling.
I think I sent them one of the videos.
Oh, is that the blow up doll?
Yeah, some guy finds a blow up doll. What the heck? Well, there's another one. Yeah, this guy's on the floor in the ring. And this guy literally pulls his pants off, pulls his own pants down, and does like a bit of a stink face on the guy. I was like, what am I watching here?
Proper Rikishi's in, mate.
I just wanted some like clips for like a short, for like a YouTube short, and
something funny.
Some of the stink face on the Japanese guy. But yeah, I was like, what have I stumbled on here? That'd be ridiculous.
Right, I think we finished that trio off, mate, with Gangrel. I've got Gangrel as D, mate. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I really didn't like him, mate. I absolutely didn't like him at all.
I mean, he did have a big part, obviously, with Undertaker's ministry, didn't he?
Yeah, but
obviously he had the Brood, but he was an ugly fella, wasn't he? And he didn't really bring much, especially move his crap on it as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know when you're younger as well, mate. I know it sounds silly, but a lot of your opinion goes off like style and wrestling and like how they look and stuff as well. And Yeah, so obviously when you see a guy that looks like him, you sort of think, oh, I don't want anything to do with this geezer. Like,
Yeah, because on the games when he used to play them back in the day, he was the guy who used to like fight against just to beat up. So I wasn't really a fan of him. So
nah, neither was I.
should we go controversial or
Yeah, go
should we
on,
go controversial?
go on. Do you know a
Um,
controversial for me, mate?
go on. Then.
Rob Van Dam, mate. I honestly didn't like him at all. I honestly, mate, I hated Rob Van Dam. I don't know what it was about him, mate. I just didn't like him. Like, I appreciate some of his matches, and some of his stuff was good. I just don't know why. When I was a kid, mate, I never used to like him at all. I've got him in C, bro.
I've got him in B, so we'll just put him in C.
No,
Just
I'm
to,
happy to put him in B because he did do a lot for wrestling. He was quite entertaining, but for some reason, I don't have any memories of him of me liking him. I disliked him the entire time, basically on wrestling. I don't even know why.
well, you should put him in B just to make it controversial, isn't it? So we'll have people.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, he's in C, mate. He's in C.
Another controversial one. Rey Mysterio.
Oh, you hate him.
Terrible.
You hate him, don't you, mate?
Yeah, I never really liked him. I know a lot of people love him.
To be fair, disclaimer on this: we've got a few extras, Rey Mysterio being one of them, because technically, some of these people weren't actually in the Attitude Era, but we do remember them from around that time. So, like, these are essentially like Attitude Era and wrestlers we remember. So Rey Mysterio is one of them. I used to love Rey Mysterio purely because I thought the 619 was so sick, mate, and I used to love high flyers. I know it sounds silly, but because he was small, and I was a kid, I thought, yeah, that could be me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, that could be me. So I've ranked him as B.
Yeah, what did it for me is I remember this one match. I mean, I was getting to like him a little bit, and then he had this one match where it was him versus the Great Khali, Big Show, and Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Yeah? And he ended up winning. I was like, no, mate.
Yeah, you can't blame Ray, man. That's the writers. That's not Mysterio's fault.
I know it's really like quick into it, is it?
Yeah. But it's like you say though, in your memories of him, because when we was younger, mate, you didn't even realise it was fake, like it was scripted or anything. You genuinely was like, mate, you literally went into them like with your heart on your sleeve every match, mate, didn't you? When you was a kid, like who's gonna win? Like you proper didn't know, like at all. Where have you actually ranked him?
Where have I got him?
Yeah.
I put him as not applicable.
Not applicable, bro. I'm chucking him in B, mate, because I've actually ranked him.
Put him wherever, yeah.
And I tell you why he's in B, mate. He's not Jeff Hardy, mate. In my opinion, in terms of like high flyers, when I think of those characters that are doing big backflips, big flips, putting the body on the line, mate, Jeff Hardy is the number one in that category for me. I've ranked him at an A, Jeff Hardy. And I could rank Jeff Hardy as an S, mate. However,
is that A, yeah?
Is an A for me.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
The reason I've not ranked him as an S because he was quite inconsistent in a sense, wasn't he? Obviously, as I got older, I found out he was like addicted to like drugs and all sorts, and he got kicked off WWE, and he got come back, and he's a troubled geezer. He's been a bit troubled over time, hasn't he? But in terms of high flyers, he was my favourite. Right, so we're going for an S tier because we haven't got any yet, and obviously I think people might be a little bit concerned that we don't think any wrestler is worthy of the S tier. So I'm going with the legendary Stone Cold Steve Austin, mate.
Stone Cold, what a legend!
Absolute legend.
Yeah. That's definitely S tier.
S tier, mate. He's one of the best of all time, and his name begins with an S as well. So
meant to be.
Yeah, all the storylines that he was involved with were absolutely incredible. Some of the funniest moments in wrestling, especially a lot of if you look back on the clips of him and his feud with Vince McMahon, mate. Honestly, there's some of the bits are hilarious. Yeah. And I know one of Martin's favourite moments of wrestling and myself's favourite moments of wrestling, both of them involve this man. So that just shows you the sort of guy he is.
And when he said into the arena, like the crowd was going mad, weren't they?
Oh, mental.
They know what's coming.
Or as soon as you hear that glass break, mate, that was it. That was it, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, like he got the crowd going. He knew the crowd knew stunners were coming. Beers were going to fly everywhere, and mud all stomping. So, yeah, I liked when you was talking about earlier about your favorite moment with Steve Austin.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say it again.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what. No, they can wait. They can wait till the end, innit? We'll mention it at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, something to look forward to for them, innit?
Yeah. Let me pick one. Let me pick one.
Yeah. What we're saying.
What about Booker T?
Booker T. My favourite moment of all time involves Booker T.
Wait till to the end.
Yeah. So Booker T. I've got him as B/A. I must admit.
I've also got that.
If he was in. The thing is with Booker T, he was a unit, mate, and he's got so much history in the WWE, and he's got some great moments as well. He's just not necessarily a character that I was that invested in.
Yeah.
So that's why I never thought necessarily so highly of him. I'm happy to put him in A, but I'm thinking high B, mate. I think we might get a bit of hate for it, but I'm genuinely thinking high B. Plus, his name begins with a B, so it's meant to be.
Put him in B. Yeah, I did like his rivalries with The Rock. He
had some good rivalries, didn't he?
And obviously, Rock on the mic is just the best, the best the WWE had at the time. Well, in all time, but yeah, I love that little rivalry they had. So yeah, put him in B. Yeah,
we'll jump to him next then. The Rock. He's S. 100%. He's an S tier wrestler. Like you've just mentioned, he in terms of mic work, The Rock has got it unrivaled. He's absolutely unrivaled. Yeah. You just Google any sort of like Rock on the mic wrestling clips, mate, and I'll tell you what, you will absolutely be laughing your head off. Search The Rock Royal Rumble speech. Jabroni, trust me, mate, it's one of the best clips of all time in wrestling. He gets the cameraman involved. It's so funny, mate. Like when The Rock was on the mic, you knew it was going to be amazing. Like so funny, really funny character.
And I used to like when Steve Austin used to stunner him. Like, flipped, didn't he?
Yeah, like, always did it over dramatic.
Yeah, the other guy who used to do it like over dramatic flip thing. But I did like his moves with the people's elbow.
Oh yeah, rock bottom. Rock bottom was a classic. Yeah, he was sick. The Rock was.
Yeah,
it's people's champion for a reason, isn't he?
That's it. Yeah, and obviously since he's left wrestling, like he was big at running wrestling, but now he's massive. Isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's just. Say what you want about his acting ability and the fact that he plays the same character in pretty much every movie he's ever made, but he's The Rock, isn't he? Like,
yeah, I think he's done well since he left the WWE. Like,
he's done so well, so good.
The highest paid actor and all that.
He's done probably more outside than he did in WWE. But I just think some of his clips from WWE are unbelievable, mate. They're so funny.
Yeah, and he always pops back, doesn't he? Every so often. Does a bit of talking.
Yeah, it was at WrestleMania recently. That was pretty good. Undertaker chokeslammed him. That was actually a proper sick moment for modern wrestling. It all cut out black, and he was just Undertaker just appeared behind The Rock. It was sick, actually. That was at the latest WrestleMania. That was so sick. So I think we go for Undertaker next, mate. See, as I've just mentioned him, we may as well go for Undertaker next.
S tier.
Got him. I did have him at A tier originally. And then I started thinking about The Undertaker as a wrestler, mate, and what he's done and who he is and everything that's involved with The Undertaker. And I chucked him in S, mate. I'm the same. He's iconic, mate. And some of his fights with the iconic Hell in a Cell versus Mankind, mate.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that match was unreal. Absolutely unreal, mate. Like, there's literally nearly falling through the roof of that cage and everything because it's like chain into it. Oh, man. So good.
It's been around for yonks, and he
ever.
Undertaker. He's obviously switched between. So he was in the Ministry, wasn't he? Like Ministry Darkness. And then he went to. He became the American Badass, didn't he? Obviously with Fred Durst's Rolling song.
Keep rolling.
He come out on his motorbike, innit? I used to love that on the wrestling games coming out.
Oh, the motorbike was wicked, man.
Yeah. But yeah,
So
I mean,
sick.
his special moves: Tombstone, Choke Slam,
Choke
the
slam.
Last Ride later on.
Yeah.
The Last Ride was sick. He just lifts him up and just
Yeah, one of the best
gone, mate.
wrestlers. Easily one of the best
Yeah,
wrestlers of all time.
it definitely deserves S tier.
I want to close the circle here on the Hardy Boys, mate. I'm going to go Matt Hardy. Now, I feel like my take on Matt Hardy is going to be controversial as well, you know? Because he's not Jeff Hardy, mate. I literally have Matt Hardy in a C tier. Out of the two, I just think he was boring. Like,
What I've got on my notes.
What you got
I've
in your notes?
A as a tag team, C as an individual.
Oh, is it? He's going in C then, isn't
he?
Yeah,
I mean, I did like his leg drop from top rope.
Yeah, he was a good character, don't get me wrong, but he just weren't Jeff Hardy, mate. Jeff Hardy, like, out of the two of them, he just shined a little bit more for me. He had a bit of a better style to what I was enjoyed at the time when I was younger. I can appreciate, obviously, Matt Hardy as a wrestler. That's no problem at all. Most of these wrestlers, Rob Van Dam, as I say, I didn't really like him as a wrestler at the time. It's nothing to say that he's not been influential on wrestling and a good character. Most of these people are great characters. They're great wrestlers. It's just, obviously, this is our personal opinion. That's all it really is, essentially. So,
yeah, I mean, like, if you compare Jeff Hardy to Matt Hardy, there's no comparison, is there? Because Jeff Hardy was just a swanton bomb. Like, I see ladders at work, I'm like, let's do a swanton bomb.
Swanton bomb, mate. I was on that thing the other day, wasn't I? Climbed up on that shelving thing. I said, I'm going to swanton bomb off this in a minute.
Can you imagine how I helped you up it and then you just
swanton bomb straight off you.
Cheers, mate. One I didn't really know about, I'm going to mention.
I think we'll mention a few here. We'll mention a few that we didn't really know of.
So I'm going to start with Owen Hart.
Owen Hart, R.I.P.
He obviously, yeah, R.I.P. He was in wrestling before I started really watching it.
Yeah, same really. Yeah, you just knew about the shocking events that happened, obviously the heartbreak and everything around it.
But I've put him in B.
I've put him in B just because of who he is, mate. Like, you can't deny his influence on wrestling. He's one of them people as well that sort of like paved the way for a lot of I say new age, but at the time, the attitude era for those sort of characters that were coming through that time. He was one of the old boys sort of thing, wasn't he? So, yeah, I've got him in B as well, just purely because it's nothing against him. I just didn't really know him, but I do appreciate that he was a big name in wrestling.
Yeah.
May as well go Owen Hart, aren't we?
Bret Hart, you mean?
Sorry, Bret Hart, yeah.
Yeah. Bret Hart, yeah, I've put him in A/B because...
I've put him in A.
Yeah.
As well, yeah, I have. Because obviously, I mean, it's not Owen Hart's fault he died, do you know what I mean? But Bret Hart, you just saw more of him. So you sort of grew up a little bit with him around. And again, he was a very influential wrestler. Very fun to watch. And yeah, I've got him in A tier as well.
Yeah, with Bret Hart, obviously, is a bit of a showman, wasn't he? His special move was the sharpshooter because he was the Hitman Hart, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Bret the Hitman Hart, legend, mate.
And I used to play him as the character on, like the Mega Drive, just like the Royal Rumble and stuff like that, and WrestleMania. Yeah. I used to play him as the character because I thought he was the best character on it.
Yeah.
So I did really love Bret Hart. Yeah.
Right, Hurricane.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
I've got Hurricane at a C.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, he was funny, mate. Like, he was so funny, but he was dumb. Like, as a wrestler, he was dumb, mate. Like, he was so stupid.
But, he was like dead cringy, wasn't he?
Yeah, so cringy. But there's some dead funny clips of him. But I think, when I look back at him from when I was younger, I think when I'm, as an adult now, watching the clips of him, I find funnier, I think, now than when I was younger. So I think, like, I'm trying not to let the influence of an adult version of myself influence my decision of how I felt when I was younger. So he's got to be a C, mate. He's got to be. I can't do him for a D though. That's that can't be done, mate.
Yeah, too harsh in it for him.
Yeah, that's it, mate. The Godfather.
Godfather and the Hoe Train. I've put him in B/C.
I've got him in C, mate.
Yeah.
Just because, to be honest with you, mate, I just remember that Ho Train thing. And obviously, when you're a kid, you don't really think of stuff like that. You're like, well, I don't know what's that all about. Like,
Yeah.
so I didn't really have any.
Obviously, the adults in the crowd knew what it was all about.
Yeah, there was buzzing, mate. There was loving life, wasn't
they? They're like taking like 100 pictures. The whole dream.
Big Boss Man.
I didn't really know this guy.
Mate, I've got him in D because I genuinely don't have a clue really who he is.
Big Boss Man. I can't really find him.
I don't.
Yeah, B/C. So yeah, put him in.
I can put him in C. I'll put him in D though. I literally have no idea, mate.
Yeah, I only knew from like the games I used to
Yeah.
play, but I didn't really play him as a character. So
I
know a lot of people are like, what? No, they don't know about Big Boss Man.
No, Big Boss Man. What are you
doing? He's called Big Boss Man for a reason.
Yeah. I'll put him in C. D'Lo Brown.
I know you loved his shaky head, didn't you?
Oh, mate, mad for it.
Let me see where I've put him. D'Lo.
I've got him in C, mate. I'm not going to lie.
C.
Yeah, literally C, bro.
It's like one of the guys the guys. What was the had Raw SmackDown? Is it Nitro or whatever?
Yeah.
He'll just turn up on that one and stuff like that.
Appear randomly.
On occasion, he'll turn up on Raw or SmackDown. And you're like, what's he doing here?
Bit of like a side character, isn't he?
Get back to Nitro.
I've got Road Warrior Animal and Road Warrior Hawk. I'm going to do them as a 2, and they're both in D.
Legion of Doom, yeah.
They're dumb, mate. I just didn't like them at all. I thought they were stupid, pal.
I had them in B, but put them in D.
No, we'll meet in the middle. Meet in the middle, innit? Meet in the middle.
Oh, I see.
I feel like our C tier is going to be more than anything. I feel like we've got a bit of negativity going at the moment, I think. I'm going Triple H, mate. S tier.
Yeah, S tier.
Triple H is the man, mate. He's the man. He's in wrestling still now. He's the creative head of wrestling now. So I'm hoping that he can bring a lot to the table, obviously, as I say, with the Netflix deal that they've made, and for Raw, for people in America, and the entire world again, all of wrestling on Netflix next year. So, and Triple H is involved, mate. And Triple H back in the day was so sick. He was such a badass, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Degeneration X.
You like his nose, don't you?
Yeah, he's got a massive snout on him, man. Bless him.
Bless him. Yeah, obviously through the years, he had DX.
Degeneration X.
He got back with Shawn Michaels as well. He had that little stable with Ric Flair, Batista, and Randy Orton. But the pedigree move, so good. If you did that on someone in real life, they'd be dead. Wouldn't they?
Oh, 100%. Because you're not doing it properly like them, and it's going to be on concrete, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. They're just face planted. They're dead, aren't they, basically?
I reckon.
Yeah, definitely has to.
I reckon, right. I think what we go for next here.
Who are you thinking?
I'm thinking Mick Foley, mate.
Mick Foley?
Mankind, innit?
Dude Love. Cactus
Jack.
Legend, mate. It's A for me. But you've put S, haven't you?
I've got him S/A purely because
I say A. I put S. I say S. Yeah. Put him S.
The stuff that man has done for wrestling, mate. He has put his body through more than pretty much any wrestler, mate, just for that character. Yeah. And you just got to respect it. You've got to absolutely respect everything he's done as a wrestler, and obviously to entertain us as a child. And
you see his walk now. He's all them beatings he's had, all that the work he's put in. You can see it on his body, and the effect it's had on his body.
Yeah,
he looks a bit funny now, doesn't he? But
yeah, he's done a lot of harm to himself just to entertain us really.
Yeah, S tier, then get him in there.
Mark Henry.
World's Strongest Man.
World's Strongest Man, mate. Have you seen that one where he's backstage with that transvestite? No. And he puts his hand up the skirt. It's like a penis or something, mate. It's dead funny, mate. I'll send it you. It's so funny.
No, I've not seen that.
Mate, it's so funny, mate.
That's it. Is that the only memory you've got?
It's because I saw it recently, mate, when I was watching funny wrestling clips.
I remember when I was watching
it wasn't. It was on the Attitude Era documentary I was watching.
Was it?
I've got him in B, to be fair, but
yeah, put him in B. I've got him in like CB, so yeah, B. Yeah.
Just because I do remember him being around a lot, and he was a big guy, wasn't he?
I remember him when he was doing the world's strongest man thing. And he was like
Yeah.
lifting cars and stuff. But I'm pretty sure like one of them he did. He literally didn't. I'm pretty sure he's getting help like to lift it.
Yeah, I don't think it weren't legit, was it? Let's be honest.
But I think he did enter competitions where he was actually good at being a strong man. But
Yeah.
it's just funny how like I'm pretty sure one of the clips I saw he was like he's getting help like pulling a car or something like that. Yeah, he's definitely
I'm
let's
gonna
go.
go your favourite wrestler, mate.
Who's
Gold
that?
Dust.
S tier, isn't it? No, I'm joking. No, this guy sucks, man.
I hated
It's
him.
definitely a D.
I've got him in D. I hated him. Don't get me wrong, right? I can appreciate what he's done to wrestling and stuff like that because he's essentially models himself to be for people to dislike him. I think like it can only be the only way, and he did a very good job at letting people dislike him because I certainly didn't like him, and I found out you certainly did not like him. So yeah, I didn't like him at all, mate. I hated him.
I'm pretty sure was his special move was like you used to put him in the corner and kick him in the nuts. Wasn't it? 'Cause that was his special move, wasn't it?
He was such a
called.
weird
Nutcracker,
character, wasn't he?
But yeah, he's just like his taunts and
Yeah, I hated him, mate. Hated him. He used to fill me with anger.
he's another character I'd put like on wrestling. Like I'd pick like Brock Lesnar and then
Just slam him,
like,
slam him, slam him.
yeah, F5 done.
Let's go Brock Lesnar next then, mate. Now you mention him.
Yeah, I've got him in A.
I've got Brocky Lesnar, mate. What a unit, mate.
When he first came in,
What a
he
unit, mate.
literally ruined everyone, wasn't he? He was literally doing
I was listening to an
F5,
interview with
F5.
Randy Orton, and he was talking about Brock Lesnar when he first came in. And he was like, look, everyone was like mocking him under their breath because like everyone was like, this guy is massive. And he says he was doing these like rope drills where they was like bouncing off the ropes. And they was like, look, you need to hook your arm around to make sure you don't go through. And Brock Lesnar didn't listen. He just went straight through the second and third row, knocked over like 20 metal like chairs, and then he just got up like, oh, I bet you all got a good laugh out of that, didn't you? And then just got back in the ring and started practicing again. He was like, Randy Orton was like, he is a unit. Like, this guy is mad.
Yeah, so should we go Randy Orton next?
Yeah, Randy Randy Orton's S tier / A tier. I put him in A tier.
Yeah.
But RKO, mate, is one of the most iconic things ever in it. Let's be honest.
I remember that stage where like the RKO was like it's on all the memes, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Literally,
RKO out of
people going to
nowhere.
space like because it was RKO. And
Mate, Randy Orton is still wrestling regular now. Like he's still in the WWE wrestling like nearly every week. Like he's still going, mate. He's still a beast as well, an absolute beast, mate.
It went in through that stage as well, where it's like the legend killer, and he was
Yeah, that's it, mate.
For the RKO, wasn't he?
Oh,
And when he
mate.
first came into it, it wasn't. It was like mediocre, wasn't he? But then he obviously rose up.
Yeah, well,
He got involved with like Triple H and that.
old
like,
Triple
and then-
H in real life became his like mentor as well. So he sort of like got a bit of an ego in this like podcast I was listening to. He got a bit of an ego, and it was like he was almost like shitty to fans as well. Like he looks back on some of the stuff and he's like he's really like ashamed really of how he used to act. And I think Triple H took him under his wing and said, "Look, guy, you've got so much talent. He was essentially going to ruin his career, really, because of the way he's acting."
Yeah.
And Triple H, took Randy Orton under his wing, and like, obviously, he just got better and better and better and better, and he just became like a good guy sort of thing. So, I have put him in A, but I could easily chuck him in S tier, mate. Randy Orton, he's such a good wrestler, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I've got him in A, but if you want to trick him in S,
I'll put him in A. I'll put him in A because you know, in the things like Steve Austin and The Rock and stuff like that, they are just slightly bigger figures than him. Do you know what I mean?
I've got another one for you.
Go on,
Batista
bomb, mate. I'm just here naming moves, mate. I've got Batista in A, mate.
Yeah, same.
Again, what a unit, mate.
What a unit in wrestling, but
What he's also done,
well.
mate. Some of the stuff
In
he's done,
acting.
yeah.
So good.
They need to make a live action Gears of War for him, mate. He needs to be Marcus Phoenix, mate, in real life.
Yeah.
Like that role is so perfect for him. But yeah, like you say, I don't think Batista really likes the role of Drax that much. I think he wanted a bit more serious roles, didn't he? Really, but
Mm.
you can't fault him, mate. As that character in Guardians of the Galaxy, mate, he's so good. He's so good.
It's so funny as well. Like,
Oh yeah,
to come from wrestling into acting, he just did a really good job. A bit like The Rock, really.
yeah.
But yeah, I remember him first being in Casino Royale. He was the bad guy. No, not Casino Royale. Sorry, it's one of the other ones. I think it might be Skyfall. He came in as a bad guy.
Oh yeah.
It was just like a massive unit. It's literally ruining people's life. But yeah, acting he was really good. But in wrestling, the Batista bomb was just a sick move, wasn't it?
Oh, it was so
Got
good.
the fans going.
It was so good. I was going to say I was going to move on to John Cena, but turns out I haven't actually added him to the tier list.
Is it because you can't see him?
Can't see him, mate. Yeah,
you can't see him on there.
Can't see him, mate. He's invisible, isn't he? But we'll talk about him anyway. We'll talk about John Cena. John Cena came onto the scene a little bit late for us, I think, didn't he? I do remember seeing John Cena in wrestling and watching John Cena, and I would have put John Cena in A tier, but you can't see him. That's the problem. So
yeah, he's there somewhere, but you just can't see him.
Yeah. But A tier for John Cena for me again.
Yeah,
I've
got A tier.
In real life, he's such a genuine guy, mate. Like, he's such a nice bloke. Again, he's took on acting very, very well. It's took him a while to get into acting. Again, I listened to a podcast with him in it as well. And yeah, he's taken very well. He's in some big stuff, Peacemaker being one of the main ones. And yeah, he'd definitely be an A tier for me.
Yeah, same A for me as well. I remember when he first came into it, it was like Kurt Angle was like inviting people from the crowd to fight.
Yeah.
And John Cena happened to be one of them, and he came in his red pants or whatever, and he nearly pinned Kurt Angle. I think he had his title online or something. Kurt Angle did, and he nearly pinned him, but Kurt Angle managed to like get rid of him. But that was the first introduction to John Cena.
Yeah,
and everyone loved him. Everyone loved him from then. And then from then he took this persona of like a thug, like a thug role wants it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Five off a shuffle and the FU as his specials.
FU.
His rubbish shoulder like that.
Just a disclaimer here. I forgot to add about 4 people on this list. It turns out. None of them are major, I don't think, though. Let's just go through. We'll figure out who they are.
Should we talk about another tag team back in the day, which was Road Dogg and X-Pac?
Road Dogg and X-Pac, they're on here, mate. DX.
Yeah. What we're saying?
I've got them in B, mate. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I've had him at A, B, yeah.
Purely because Dudley Boys are better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But again, still an entertaining watch. They weren't bad characters at all. It's just, for me, they're not as good as some other characters. That's literally it.
Yeah. I remember watching Road Dogg. He used to make me laugh, Road Dogg. Just some of his like,
he's
some
mad,
of the stuff he used to come out with, and it was like, I watching wrestling. Some of his like special moves, like he had the punch thing, didn't he? Where he like punched him. It was just, it's so funny to watch. So for that reason, I mean, I watched quite a lot of it back in the day, but for that reason, but I mean, B, A. So whichever you want to put him in.
What about Hulk Hogan?
I've got him in A.
I've got him in A as well, mate. Just because
he's one legend, of the.
Everyone knows Hulk Hogan, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, he's in Rocky, mate. He's in Rocky as well.
He's a legend.
But yeah, he's literally a legend. He's been in it for time.
Yeah, he's just a very prolific character, isn't he? In that sort of scene.
Yeah, it's just. When I think of wrestling, he's one of the faces I think of.
Oh yeah, straight away. That mustache, mate.
Yeah, that mustache. I want King on his special move. It was like a really weak leg drop, but
no, it's just
I can see past that.
The thing is with him is that he came from a different era, didn't he? So they didn't have all the flashy moves and stuff, so to speak, until sort of these sort of eras came about. But the amount, obviously, he was involved with in wrestling. And I guarantee a lot of the guys that you know in wrestling have been influenced by him at some point. You've just got to respect it, haven't you, and appreciate obviously who he is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Grandmaster Sexy.
Well, should we say should we have these as a tag team?
Yeah. Go on.
Obviously, because Scotty Too Hotty and Grandmaster Sexy were in part of is it Too Cool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But obviously Rikishi was in that as well. But we'll just talk about the tag team.
Yeah. We'll do
talk
them
about
too.
Rikishi
Rikishi's his own guy. I've got them in.
I've got them in CD.
I've got them in C, mate. That's exactly where I've got them C.
I'd say I preferred Scotty Too Hotty.
I like Scotty Too Hotty. He did the worm, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember in school everyone trying to do the worm back in the day, mate. It was sick.
I actually did the worm. In the bar downtown. I got kicked out. But it turns out like it was like 3 a.m. So I was going home anyway, and this bat's like, "Yeah, you gone, mate." I was like, "I'm going home anyway." But cheers.
It's last call, mate. What do you mean?
I got to do the worm. Went home. Easy.
Let's go Rikishi next then, mate.
Bit of stink face.
Yeah. I've got him higher than the other two, but he is in B for me, Rikishi.
Yeah, same here. BC. I got BC, but yeah.
There's a very funny clip there of Rikishi, and obviously all the other two, with all dancing and stuff. He's like shaking his arse. Proper funny, mate.
I used to love when he used to come out with like sunglasses on and like doing all this dancing.
Yeah.
It was funny. That was. Well, his special moves, the stink face, and then the. He used to sit on him, didn't he, as well?
Just sit on him, mate. It was basically like a sumo wrestler type character.
Yeah, but yeah, I really enjoyed Rikishi. He's a very good character.
Right.
Let me pick one.
Yeah. You go. You pick the next few. You riff it off, mate. Riff it off. I'll tell you if I've missed him. I've not missed Chris Jericho.
A for me, Chris Jericho.
I've got Chris Jericho in an A/B, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to put him in A purely because, as a wrestling standpoint, Wars of Jericho, mate, was like sick, mate, wasn't it? I remember like Wars of Jericho and your mates and stuff, mate. Like, stop there. Wars of Jericho.
I got caught in one of them once. I couldn't get out of it.
Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable.
I thought this is it. I'm dead.
This is the end, mate. This is the end. That's it. I'm going to the afterlife, mate. I'm done. Literally, I'm done.
I used to love Chris Jericho. On the mic, he was awesome. He's got his own rock band, hasn't he?
Yeah, Fozzy.
Fozzy,
yeah, they're a bit shit, but yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mention that bit, but yeah, but yeah, they're not the best, but he was the first. He was the first person to get the 2 titles, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
he was sick, mate. Yeah. To be fair, he was a very, very good character, wasn't he, Chris Jericho, back in the day.
Yeah, the Wars of Jericho, but he also had the lion salt anyway. He used to flip off the the second rope, wasn't it? But yeah, I thought it was a really good, entertaining character. He used to like diss Stephanie McMahon a lot, didn't he? I used to love them little back and forth between them two. He used to call her like a slut or something.
Yeah, he was like back in them days. There was no like holding back, was there?
Yeah. Right. It was all banter. It didn't really mean obviously it's all banter, but
yeah, of course. Yeah. Tajiri.
See, I like Tajiri because obviously he was Japanese.
Yeah.
For starters, but he used to use that the green mist, wasn't it, as his special move, and I thought that was awesome. Like it's quite
different, wasn't it? It was like unique, very unique.
He used to spray him in the face. He used to like do this like solid like roundhouse kick in the face. And
yeah, I've put him down as a B though. B/C I did put, but I'm happy to put him in B.
Let me have a look. I've got him in C.
I'll put him in C then. It's because you think of some of the other characters, he's not as prolific as like you're not getting him in A, mate. Chris Jericho and Brock Lesnar and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like
with wrestling, like you used to have obviously the first matches, and obviously he'd probably like turn up there and stuff. But
yeah, it's like the opening matches.
Nothing. Yeah, it's like nothing on like the later wrestlers like Chris Jericho and The Rock and all that. So yeah, I'll put him in C.
Crash Holly. Hardcore Holly, mate.
The thing with Crash Holly is I've put him in C/D.
I've got him in D, mate.
Because the memories I have of Crash Holly is always getting like beaten up.
He's just getting fresh, mate.
I know. He's like he died, didn't he? He died quite early.
Yeah.
R.I.P. But it's just like some of the videos I was talking about the other day with you, like when he had the hardcore title. And it's like back then, it was like the hardcore title could be won anywhere. Like you could pin anyone
Yeah,
backstage.
yeah.
And I remember him. This one scene, he was asleep, and someone just pinned him while he was asleep. And then he took the title. He woke up. He's like, "Where's the title gone?" And then the referee was like, one of the refs in the back were like, "Yeah, someone's got it, mate."
That's
I
got
think
to
it might
be one of the
Hurricane
best
or
matches ever, that has. Where Hurricane swings on that rope.
something. Well, that was another match. I think that was another match.
Oh, was that a different one like it as well?
Or was it? I think Crash Holly might have got tagged. Sorry, he got pinned before all that kicked off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah, that was one of the funniest moments. But
Oh, mate.
I mean, he was alright as a hardcore character. I think Hardcore Holly was better.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's his brother. And
I've put Hardcore Holly in C.
Yeah, I've put him in C as well. Yeah,
I'll chuck him in, mate, may as well.
yeah, man. Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, he's definitely not been missed off.
I've got him in A/B.
I've got him in B. Just dead B, mate.
Yeah.
It's a good character.
Switching music, classic move.
Yeah, he's a
kick to the chin.
Great character.
He's obviously done a lot. He was in DX back in the day, and he was literally in the games that played on Mega Drive as well. So it's been around for a while.
A long time. Yeah, he has been. He had been around for a long time before we even started watching it, I think.
Good character, charismatic. Yeah, I'm happy to put him in.
The picture that they've used for this as well is him with the cowboy hat on. Then.
Yeah, I can remember his theme tune. Is that that was a terrible version of what I just did, but
yeah, it was good enough though, mate. It's good enough.
Yeah.
I've only got
get the idea.
I've only got 6 people left, by the way, so I've missed at least 4 off. I think 3 or 4 off the bottom, mate.
What you got?
I've got Ric Flair next, mate.
Legend, mate. Legend.
Woo!
I've got him in A/B.
He's 100% A, mate. I can't lie. It's Ric Flair.
I remember it's a funny scene. I remember Ric Flair. Obviously, he's been in it for ages.
Yeah.
And, he's got the figure 4 leg lock as his special. But I remember one of the scenes that one of my favourite scenes is they're having this rivalry with Jim Ross. I don't know what I can't remember what kicked off, but it's when Triple H, Ric Flair, Batista, and Randy Orton were all together. Anyway, Ric Flair and Triple H are in the ring, and Triple H is like he gets Jim Ross in the ring, and he's like taunting him. And I just remember like Ric Flair goes like dead slow behind him. He just drops to his knees, just like low blows him, but he like proper like hooks his hand up, like proper catches him in the goon, like the
straight in the nads.
And it was just so funny to watch because it was like really dead slow. And like Jim Ross's reaction to it was that dead slow as well. I was like, but yeah, that was. Well, it obviously done other stuff, but that for me, it was just so funny.
It's just Ric Flair, isn't it? Again, he's another old character that was long before we started watching it. He was already like in his prime sort of thing, but he's done a lot for wrestling, and again, he's one of them like Hulk Hogan in a way, isn't he? You can just appreciate obviously everything he's done and influenced.
He loves to party as well, doesn't he? He's partying all the time, pretty much.
Oh yeah,
even at an old age as well. He just loves it, and he loves to be around people. Very charismatic as well. Yeah, a legend.
Rhino.
See, I love Rhino when he first came into it. I think he came from ECW, wasn't it? But he did the spear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All the gore.
Yeah, the gore. That's it. Gore.
Literally ruining people. But yeah, I really enjoyed when he first came into it. Again, he used to come in the ring when people were fighting, just come and gore them. And then gone. Do his job and then go, you know what I mean? But yeah, I really enjoyed him. I thought it was good. I've got him in B/C.
I've got him in B, so I'm happy to pop him in there, mate. I've got 4 left, mate. Goldberg.
Ooh.
Powerful man.
A.
I've got him in there as well. Powerful man. Problem is now, this has all moved down, so I'm going to have to just quickly amend my screen. I'll amend that a little bit and I'll make it a bit.
Obviously, why are you doing that? Just to tell people that obviously there's other wrestlers that we may have missed off. There's loads out there. Like,
to be fair,
Cleto Cool back in the day.
The roster list. I found a roster list, and there was like over 100 wrestlers on it, mate. There's so many people on it, but there was a load I've never even heard of. So we've essentially just gone for some of the ones that we've mainly remember. There's a couple on here that we didn't really remember, but we've kept them in anyway because we had a vague idea of what they were and we had a little bit of a memory of them. However, there is some that we do remember that me being poor at what I'm doing, I forgot to put the pictures in the list. So there is a couple, obviously, that are missing. But none of them would end up in S tier. They're all probably C, B, C, Ds anyway. So.
Well, yeah, we are encouraging, obviously, people listening in just to put their tier lists on. I think there'll be a link in our Discord. Obviously, we'll put the tier list we're doing today as well in Discord, so you can have a look at it and have a laugh at it and be controversial about it. But this is our opinion, like we said earlier. But yeah, so what should got on the list.
But also this is why me and Martin are doing the podcast together, because as you can see, most of our opinions on these sort of things are very similar. There's not much where we're like, oh no, he's an S tier, and I'm like, nah, it's D tier, mate. Like we've got a very similar opinion on stuff, so that's why we thought it'd be obviously a good idea to start this, because we like the very similar stuff. So it just makes sense for us to be doing this podcast in general, mate. It's Kane, innit?
Oh.
When they first introduced Kane.
Was it Kane before his mask or when he had his mask on?
It's when he's got the mask on, mate. He's got his mask on, mate. It is Kane, like. It's the Kane.
A, I've got him in
A. I've got him in A as well. I very could nearly have had Kane in S tier. It's just when he gets his mask off, mate, and they humanise him, I really didn't like that part of it. When he had the mask and he was sort of like this undead-like character in a sense, wasn't he? It was almost like a bit of a zombie.
Like a Frankenstein kind of character.
Yeah. And
Frankenstein's monster.
That clip you sent me where Big Show and that's backstage on those golf carts. Mate, when he stands next to Big Show and he doesn't even look small, mate, he was a monster of a man, he was, when he came was. Because when they first introduce him and he comes into the ring to Undertaker and he's taller than Undertaker, you think, mate, this guy is powerful. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With that classic black and red mask on.
I thought, like, you know, his choke slam. I know Undertaker does a choke slam, but his choke slam seemed better and more powerful.
It was
like,
aggressive, wasn't it?
Yeah, when he slammed him, you really felt.
Yeah, like
it does some damage.
He like proper just goes for it, doesn't he? Yeah, but when he first got introduced into it, mate, and obviously when they become like Brothers of Destruction and all that sort of stuff, that was sick. But yeah, unfortunately, Undertaker is the better version. He's the better character to me. He had better storylines. He lasted a lot longer. In terms of like, I liked him for a lot longer. Whereas Kane, when they took his mask off and he started being more like of a human and humanised him, I thought that was the end, mate, for him. I didn't really like him after that.
Yeah. I think that's the only way they could go, though.
I know, but
we've done all the undead brother thing now. We can reveal his mask and let the crowds love that kind of side of him. But it wasn't the same, was it? Like you say,
no. I like you say, it made sense to progress him. There was no other way to progress him. But it just ruined the character for me, really, in a sense.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. mate.
I've put him in A/B.
I've got Eddie Guerrero in A, mate, as well.
Yeah.
I'm happy to put him in A because I remember him. I have very vivid memories of him as a wrestler, mate. Like he wasn't my favourite wrestler by all means, but he was a very entertaining wrestler.
Yeah. And I did like his frog splash.
Frog splash was sick, mate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So sick. That's what I mean. Like, oh, mate, a lot of these.
He went for a stage as well, like he was doing that light steel kind of thing, and he was literally like robbing people of their matches, robbing the wins and stuff like that. A bit like a cheat, and I know it's not the way to go, but as a bad guy,
of course,
his ideal character. I thought he played it well. And he did really well.
I've got one left, so you'll be able to fill me in on who I've missed if you've been keeping track of your list, mate. Kevin Nash is the last one I've got, mate.
Oh yeah. I've got him in B.
I've got Kevin Nash in B. Big guy. I don't remember him that much. I do
So
remember him a little bit.
yeah. Back in the day, he was Diesel, wasn't he? Like back
Yeah,
in the day, it was Diesel. Then became Kevin Nash. He was part of the NWO with Hulk Hogan, and one you probably missed is Scott Hall.
Scott Hall. Yeah, I've missed
Yeah,
Scott Hall, to be fair.
but
He,
when they came into the WWE, when that was such a good time, such a good stable to bring in
I tell you what,
because
Mark,
just
this is the perfect segue, mate, because we've ended the tier list now for you to talk about one of your favourite moments, mate, in wrestling, I think.
yeah. So originally, I thought it was NWO that he did bring him in. Vince McMahon did bring NWO, but one of my favorite moments is I've put it on Discord already. So it's when the invasion of WCW and ECW.
ECW.
So
Oh,
that
that's the one. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
yeah, so obviously ECW back in the day it was like Dudley Boys. They came into it. Rob Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, I think it was as well. Like loads of people came in. But what it was is so the whole arena, the whole of WWE were getting this invasion from these ECW and WCW. So ECW people coming out of the crowd. There's people backstage getting battered. Steve Austin's in a bar somewhere drinking beer. And Jim Ross is like, we need Austin, we need him to save like the WWE kind of thing. So all the backstage is getting battered. Everyone all in the place, all the back arena is getting battered. There's people in the arena in the ring, literally just getting pummeled by all these invaders. And the next minute, Steve Austin's Jeep truck pulls up, doesn't
Man,
he?
the
He gets
myth, the
out with
legend, mate.
I think it's like a crowbar or something. It starts battering people. And then, so he makes his way through the backstage. He literally batters everyone. There's people like Edge, Christian getting battered backstage. He saves them. He saves loads of people backstage. And then the music comes on. The glass smash. And he comes down. He literally clears the ring, mate. He's stunning. He stuns about 20 people. He's punching, clotheslining people, but all stomping people. And obviously, essentially, at the end of it, Kane and Undertaker in the ring, some of the people are getting battered, and they double choke slam the two of the remaining people in the ring, and then obviously it ends up with the WWE in the ring, like looking down at the people just battered in the ring. And it was such a good. And there's so many other good moments, so many other good funny moments, but that to me is one of the biggest moments for me.
So
What
yeah,
about yourself?
if you jump in Discord, Martin's put it in the wrestling talk. Alternatively, search Stone Cold returns to save WWF from WCW and ECW. You'll find that, mate.
There's loads of clips that I'm going to put into the Discord as well as yourself, just of
Yeah,
wrestling in general, just funny bits of mine.
I'll put mine as my favourite moment in as well. Which again, as we mentioned, both our moments involve Stone Cold Steve Austin. So one of the funniest moments that I'd pretty much forgot about, but I watched it the other day with my son. Mate, it's one where Booker T's in this supermarket and like Stone Cold Steve Austin just basically goes looking for him, and Booker T's dead paranoid. This bald guy walks past and he like starts battering this bald guy. Turns around, it's not Stone Cold, but the camera pans around and Stone Cold's behind him, and he just opens this can of beer up, and Booker T's like, oh no. And he basically just goes around this supermarket, just battering Booker T. Starts hitting him with oranges, squirting ketchup on him, he's squirting mustard all over him. He throws him into like a produce stand and starts pouring bowls of peanuts and like grains and stuff all over him on the floor. Just covers in him, like rips this bag of flour open, covers him in flour. Honestly, mate, he's just absolutely battering him. And then Stone Cold gets him into this like shopping trolley, like shopping cart. He grabs these like pizzas and a salami, and he starts going, "When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza, man, it's amore." And he starts like hitting him with his salami and stuff. Wheels him and then launches him into the stock room at the back. Starts launching eggs at Booker T, mate. Honestly, it's proper funny. Gets him to the cashier, and these like police sirens start going off. And obviously, police sirens start going off. Stone Cold's like kicks him, dashes it, mate. He starts running off, but as he's running off, he goes, "Price check for a one, jackass." Like, it's proper good, mate. Oh, Stone Cold was the sickest, mate. I swear to God, he was one of the funniest characters in that. Really was.
I'm trying to think of some characters When you mentioned that at work earlier, I literally like it all came back to me, flooded back to me.
Yeah,
It's such a good memory.
it's so funny, isn't it? So funny. And the Ric Flair's there as well because it cuts back to like Vince McMahon because Vince is like crapping himself because obviously he's got this feud with Stone Cold, and Ric Flair's like, no, you want to watch this, you want to watch it, and obviously as Stone Cold like runs out, it cuts back to them at the arena like watching on the big screen, and Ric's like, I told you wanted to stay with us, and Ric Flair runs like walks off, and as he gets to the door, he just goes, woo!
Ric Flair, what a
Yeah,
legend.
it's so sick, mate. You want to talk about a couple of other favourites as well while we've got time?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw one in there, but we haven't researched.
Oh, go on.
Favorite title belt.
Tag team,
I
mate.
don't mind. Tag team, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love the tag team matches because I feel like on tag team you used to always get a lot more like TLC matches and stuff like that. There was a lot. I always thought those were a lot more entertaining, especially when they started doing double teams and stuff. And yeah, I used to love the tag team matches, so I'd probably have to say tag team belt.
Yeah, for me, I think it's the hardcore title. Just
Mate,
say
I
that you can
forgot
just
about the hardcore title.
you can literally just rob anyone wherever you are in the arena, but also obviously with the hardcore match, you've got all the weapons that come with it.
Yeah,
and,
mate, I
obviously
literally forgot.
And
My favourite match type is literally hardcore matches, mate.
yeah.
Like, well, obviously anything goes, doesn't it? And they can pin each other everywhere and everything. So yeah, I completely forgot about the hardcore belt, mate.
Yeah,
I'll stick with tag
me,
team. I'll still stick with tag team.
Yeah. What about say your favorite type of match?
Hardcore match was definitely.
Hardcore, sorry.
Yeah. Favorite. That's what I wrote down in my notes.
I think for me it's the TLC match with at the times of like Edge, Christian, Hardy Boys, and
Jeff Hardy swanton bombing off ladders and stuff, mate. It was sick.
It was just mayhem, wasn't it? You had the chairs getting smashed on people's heads. You got people flying through tables. The ladders being used as weapons.
Such a good time. Like, talking of favourite weapon, if tables can't, mate, it was a table for me. I used to love seeing people slam through a table. When they put the table up on the corners, mate, and they're like throwing people in them, slamming them into them and stuff. Coming off the ladder through a table and that. So sick.
For me, the favourite weapon was the chair. It's just basic. But,
it's classic, mate. It is a classic, innit?
Even on the wrestling games, I used to go I used to knock the referee out, go under the ring, get a chair out, and just smack the opponent. And then when the referee wakes up, obviously the opponent's dead. Me, you just pin him. But I also loved like other weapons. Like honorable mentions, Triple H's sledgehammer. That was a classic one. Where he used to like kneecap people and hit him in the stomach and stuff. But also the ring bell. When he used to hit him on this, like, ding!
Dead loud.
I used to love that noise. Ding! What other favourites have we got?
Favourite finisher, mate. Swanton bomb, mate. Mine was always. Yeah, I used to love the Swanton bomb. I used to remember I remember taking my mattress off my bed in my bedroom and doing Swanton bombs off the top of my cupboards, like practicing Swanton bombs with like the quilts and all the pillows down and stuff.
I bet your mum and dad are like, what's that noise?
Like, will you keep it down? I'm like that Swanton bomb, like kissing my hands like that, mate. Like, on my own like that.
I think favourite finisher for me, I think it's a pedigree or stunner.
Oh, mate.
No, stunner. We'll go stunner.
To be fair, I put Swanton bomb, but I put also
top three.
I've literally my top three: Swanton bomb, Stone Cold Stunner, and RKO, mate. They're my top three.
Yeah, mine's stunner, RKO, and pedigree.
Pedigree, mate. Pedigree was sick, wasn't it? Tombstone. To be fair, I used to love the Tombstone.
Remember the Spike Power Driver?
No.
Literally, like they used to lift him, yeah, and their head used to get. I think someone we didn't mention Val Venus. I think he did it on China.
Val Venus, he was on there. I forgot to ask him. Yeah, on China, yeah.
And it literally like broken it.
Killed him, man.
He literally like he used to be a power driver, but the head was literally exposed and just like fucking drop on the head.
Yeah. R.I.P. She actually has died, hasn't she? China died a few years back, didn't she?
A few characters we haven't mentioned, but they weren't really Attitude Era. But you got Chris Masters. I remember when he came in. He had the Master Lock submission move.
Oh yeah, Master Lock.
I remember the first thing he did when he came in. He literally like his first appearance in wrestling. He literally like a hammer hit on Steve Richards' nose. Literally broke his nose in like two pieces. I was like, what on earth? What a start! Just comes in,
blew his face clean up instantly, mate.
But his nose was literally like bent so bad. It was like,
Yeah, like he genuinely, legitimately has broke his nose. Like it's not fake. That's what I mean.
yeah.
Like with wrestling, like, and I appreciate it. Like people do argue, oh, but it's fake, it's fake. But in reality, mate, like some of the stuff them guys are doing, mate.
If
Like
someone says wrestling's fake, it obviously is fake. But if someone keeps going about it, just do RKO, man. In
just
real
like
life.
her, mate. I'll be climbing up Racky, mate. Swanton bomb.
Oh, but they're not talking. It's Swanton bombing that
Swanton bomb,
career.
mate. Like where you going, mate? Just you wait. Just you wait, pal.
But another wrestler I did like back in the day was Kalito Cool. When he first came into it, he was a bit annoying, but then he got into just like he got the fans behind him, and he was such a funny character, so charismatic. He used to spit apples in people's faces like a sign of disrespect. But I remember when I went to see SmackDown in Birmingham, where I saw a Big Show and that lot. We went to get a drink, and he was coming on, and I literally remember just rushing back to see. Like, quick, what's Kalito? I can't think of any others. There is loads of others, but
Mate, there's so many.
we hadn't even mentioned the women's. But
No, we didn't mention the women. To be fair, I didn't really.
for me,
I mean, it's
for me, Trish Stratus, mate, all day.
one only, mate, or Lita, mate.
Oh yeah, Lita.
Legend, mate, legend.
Stacey Kimber was good
Yeah,
for her legs.
it was different times back then, mate. All the women's matches, like bra and panty matches, and like stuff like that.
Pointless matches.
Just proper
like
ridiculous.
Pillar fight matches.
So ridiculous, mate. Like you can understand why they don't do it now because you can't get away with that, mate, on TV. Do you know what I mean? It's like basically porn.
Dead well, yeah.
It's proper stupid, mate. But I think that concludes our wrestling special, mate. Attitude Era.
Yeah, it's been good. It's as I was talking, obviously, it brings back memories.
Brings back loads of memories, mate. I've been watching loads of clips.
It's really good.
I've been watching loads more clips. Trust me, mate. But yeah, I was watching. I think Randy Orton. I've been trying to watch like wrestling again now. Obviously, I don't know many people. It's very different to what it used to be. But it's just nice seeing Randy Orton. If I'm honest with you, still, I think he's in SmackDown at the moment or something. They're doing like a King and Queen of the Ring match. Where it's like a tournament. And I watched this fight on that, and he's gone through to the next round. Randy Orton is. Apparently, it's like one of the only things he's never won in his career is the King of the Ring. So I'm hoping they like let him have it. You know, like because he's like in his like 40s or whatever. Yeah. Just let him have it, mate. Do you know what I mean? Just let him win King of the Ring, mate. It's Randy Orton, isn't it? Deserves it.
I remember. Can you remember with Undertaker every WrestleMania he used to win, didn't he? It's like in his contract, wasn't it?
Yeah, for a bit. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and he won like 20 fucking WrestleManias, something ridiculous.
There's a Royal Rumbles was sick as well back in the day, mate.
Oh, but they used to bring like random characters in, like who have been missing for ages.
Yeah,
and
just
they'll come back. What?
Yeah, they literally come back, and they're on for like 42 seconds, and they've been eliminated straight away, mate.
Another moment I remember the Royal Rumble is remember Maven.
Maven, yeah. Maven was on the list. To be fair, I forgot to add Maven.
I think he won that Tough Enough, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, that's it.
But he in this Royal Rumble, he like I think Undertaker threw someone out, and then Maven like did his like special move, which is like a drop kick on the back of Undertaker's head, and he fell over the top rope, so he eliminated Undertaker. But then Undertaker was so mad, he got back in the ring and just smashed him out, smashed Maven up, and then threw him out as well. Good old Undertaker.
I remember there was one Royal Rumble where I think like Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy like eliminated themselves at the same time or something because they're like brothers in it, mate.
Oh, someone forgot to mention, and I mentioned Test. Remember it?
Oh, Test, mate.
I don't
think Test was even on the list, bro.
You got like Albert as well, didn't you? But Test. He had TNA, wasn't it? As Test and Albert. But Test, when he used to do that big boot, that was the best move I've ever seen in my life. Literally just like run and just like boot someone in the face and just clean wipe them out.
Oh, mate, I remember being in school. Mate, Test died in 2009.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I remember you saying
R.
that. Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
He's only 33 years old, man. What the hell? Anyway, it's not an obituary, is it? But yeah,
towards the like later stages of his career, he used to that big boot, and he'd literally just like take people's heads off with it.
Yeah, when we was in school, my mate Axel was walking home, and one of my other mates, his little brother, was dead annoying, mate. When he was younger, and he was being dead annoying. So my mate Axel big booted him, but like it was dead funny because he weren't proper. He was like running, and my mate Axel lifted his leg up like a big boot, and he just ran his face into his foot, like fell over crying, mate. It was proper funny.
Yeah, I think the big like obviously Kane and other used to the big boot, but
Yeah.
you know when like Tess used to like do like a proper run up and like literally just
It's like it was like followed through with it sort of thing.
Yeah,
It made it look that bit more real.
So good. Yeah. Two other people we haven't mentioned, but we won't put them on the list. But APA, Bradshaw and Farouk in it. They were kind of always like chilling in the back, weren't they? And then people used to hire them to go and beat people up.
They're like hitmen.
Yeah. There's chilling, like smoking and drinking, and then people used to like hire them, and it's like used to hire them to like go and beat someone up or do something backstage, like sort someone out or whatever. But yeah, they were pretty funny.
There's some good ones, mate. There's some good ones. Do you remember when Steve Austin got it's like Mike Tyson was there, wasn't he? On one of the Royal Rumbles or something. Steve Austin won, and Steve Austin and Mike Tyson. It's like a dead iconic picture of Steve Austin and Mike Tyson walking out like from the ring. It's a proper sick picture.
I do remember that, yeah. But I did like the Royal Rumbles, so obviously, like you mentioned here, like random people just run in, like
it was so funny.
Who have been like injured or just come back for a bit, or maybe someone who they've hired from like WCW back in the day and stuff. It's like,
what are they called? Is it Chronic or something? Do you remember them? Was that Brian Adams and like something else? They weren't very good, to be fair, but they're both just units, mate. They're big lads, mate.
Well, is they're like hillbillies, weren't they? Is that the same people I'm thinking
about? Oh no, that's what were the hillbillies called?
You can remember them?
Yeah,
what are they called now?
Oh mate, let me just Google this. Come on. The Beverly Hillbillies.
Is that what cool?
I don't think that's them, mate.
If they're on the list, mate, they'd be on D, mate.
Yeah, they wouldn't be anywhere.
They were terrible. Mate.
Hillbilly Wrestling Brothers. Hillbilly Jim. Nah, that went in, mate. That couldn't have been him, surely. Rename Hillbilly Jim.
I was going to mention one more wrestler, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh,
and the only reason why I mention this guy is because of that Skyrim mod. You know what I mean? Where the dragon comes in like, what you doing, sucker? Coming flying in, like with Macho Man's face on it. That was funny, man. We'll see in the videos. But obviously, Macho Man was a legend as well.
Uncle Elmer, mate, there's some mad stuff here.
You still looking for the hillbillies?
Mate, it's just, I'm looking at a picture of him. I don't even remember him, but he looks dead funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm getting carried away there, I must admit.
Well, like
it's the Godwins. The Godwins. Was it them two?
Maybe.
Oh, mate. They were like cousins. Pig farmers, that's it.
Yeah.
They play Southern Justice as Jeff Jarrett's psyche. What a load of crap, mate. Some of that stuff was back in them days, let's be honest. But anyway, we're getting off topic and carried away here a little bit. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. If you want us to talk about wrestling, we're more than happy to talk about moments anyway, just to fill gaps if you need to. But as I say, next week this podcast is going to be very, very anime orientated. Yeah. And we've got a lot to talk about. There's going to be 2 kaijus, there's going to be 2 windbreakers, there's going to be 2 demon slayers. So it's probably going to be a bit of an anime special, really. Purely anime focused. And yeah, typical. If you liked it, like, subscribe, follow us on Spotify, ring the bell, all that good stuff. But I keep saying it, join the Discord. We'll have all these clips in Discord, and anything we talk about in Discord is going to be there. We post our tier lists to Discord. We're always in Discord chatting with each other, having a laugh, posting memes. Join our community, get involved, and yeah, we just hope you're enjoying the podcast.
Yeah, we're just we want feedback as well from people obviously listening to the podcast and watching on YouTube. Giving your favorite clips of wrestling, we'd love to see that. Your favorite clips from anime, your tier lists, your opinions on certain things. Wrestlers we've probably missed. Obviously, because there's a lot of wrestlers out there, and we've definitely missed quite a few.
There's so many, mate. It'll be
Some of the
4
old
hours
school
long,
people.
mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So obviously we had to cut it down a bit. So, but like I say, going forward, we've got loads of stuff like with gaming, wrestling, anime. There's so much stuff, so much content. So we'll never get bored. We'll always have stuff to talk about.
We've got plenty of stuff coming up.
Our watch lists of anime and TV is never ending at the moment.
Unlimited, mate. Absolutely unlimited.
And then we keep watching new stuff, and yeah, it's getting better and better. Yeah. But really enjoying the podcast, and we're going to keep it coming. And I think we'll end it there, shall we?
Yeah. I'd say, guys, hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.